What's up, family? How you guys doing? It's your guy Eddie, aka Mr. Transaction Engineer. Hey, how you doing, guys? Thank you for joining me. It's your guy Eddie Raymond, aka Mr. Transaction Engineer. Been buying and selling real estate since 2004, and my channel is dedicated to set you financially free through creative real estate strategies. So the question of the day is, and I got some good. This is a good one for you. We got some pros and cons. Shout out to my brother Loopy G. Love you, bro. Man, he blessed me with some nuggets also. So it's so important, guys, to be able to mastermind with people with like-minded individuals. You want to stay vibrating high. All the negative people, all the negative stuff, hey, it's out of here, man. Don't deal with them people. You don't have to. You don't have to, baby. They're gonna keep your energy low. So if you want to vibrate high, you got to be with people that's thinking on the same mindset. If not, the people who come in like just try to come in and discourage you, they'll knock you off your vibration, baby. But today, wholesaling versus subject to. What's up, Isabella? Man, wholesaling versus creative financing. Which one is the best strategy? I want you guys to listen. I want you to listen into this. And in the chat, put what you think. Tell me your take on it. I'm just going to give you the pros and the cons of both. The pros and the cons of wholesaling houses versus creative financing. And y'all let me know. Hey, you be the judge. Let me know. Okay. Wholesaling houses. These are the pros. And if you can think of some pros, put it in the chat also. Give me a thumbs up. If I hit some that you had to deal with or you like, give me a thumbs up so it can boost the algorithm. We can go through the universe and make some more real estate transactions than your deals. Wholesaling houses, the pros. You get a quick check, usually within 30 days. Usually within 30 days. You don't have any holding costs. Because you're being the middleman like your Walmart. You're just basically putting the property under contract with the right to resell that contract. You just basically flipping paper. No repairs, because you're just flipping paper. Little earnest money needed. We teach our students 10 to $100 max. Nice checks, like when you do a fix and flip. So a fix and flip is when you buy a house and renovate it. Some wholesale deals I made 60 grand on, some 50 grand, some 100. But the most common checks dealing with these houses about 10 to 20 grand. Like my thing when I just was focused on wholesaling was 10 grand minimum. Man, I'll take to get involved in little 5,000 checks, man. Boy, it's hard. It's hard. But when you first started now, you got to get all the checks, get everything you can get. But once you've been wholesaling for a while, you've been in this business a while, and you build your business right, where you got residual income coming in, also, and you're wholesaling, then you're cool. But you got to have both. All right, back to the money. You need to be local. So when you're wholesaling houses, you got to be local in that town because you got to put lock boxes on the doors. You may have to deal with the sellers and buyers, letting them in and out. So you got to be local. Now, when you're wholesaling land, you don't have to be local. I love land. We wholesale land too. We train that too. Visit us at MrTransactionEngineer.com for all your real estate needs. Back to the money. Now, the cons. The cons to wholesaling. You don't have any cash flow. So once you wholesale the property, that's it. Now you got to keep chasing the next check, chasing the next check, chasing the next check. It's a constant cycle. You got to keep doing. It pays off good now, but it's a constant cycle. You got a lot of competition. Now due to YouTube and everybody, talking about it and training it, it's gone mainstream. So a lot of people are wholesaling. You even have big companies, man, that's all they're doing, wholesaling, like thousands of houses. So you're dealing with that. So you got to market heavily too. You can't just cold call. You know what I'm saying? You got to cold call. You got to send out letters. You got to send out ringless voice messages. You got to send out text messages. You may have to send out some mailings. You may want to do some PPC pay when you market on Google for clients. You may want to run some Facebook or Instagram funnels. So it's several different ways to market. Several different ways to market. You better listen. I just gave you some golden nuggets now. Just gave you some marketing nuggets. Now, let's talk about subject 2. So I'm going to hit them real quick. Let's go over them quickly. The cons to wholesaling. The pros to wholesaling. You get a check usually within 30 days. You have no holding costs, no repairs, little earnest money needed, usually 10 to 100 bucks. Nice checks like you're doing a rehab or renovation. You got to be local when you're dealing with the houses. When you're dealing with land, you don't have to be local. You can do land virtually. Okay, now those are the pros to wholesaling houses. The cons to wholesaling houses: no cash flow. So once you get that check, you're back. You got to jump back on it. You got a lot of competition. You got to market heavily if you want to scale. If you want to scale, you got to be in more than one market, which means you got to have boots on the ground, which means you need somebody that can take care of stuff dealing with their house. Somebody got to be there locally. All right, now that's wholesaling. Now let's talk about subject 2. Let's talk about subject 2. Let's see, we're 7 minutes in. I'm gonna try to knock this out in 7 more minutes, guys. 7 more minutes. Subject 2. You get a quick check also within 30 days. If you know how to do it right. If you buy these properties subject to an existing mortgage, we buy them subject to an existing mortgage, right? Then we resell them. We buy them subject to, and then we resell them. We resell them on a lease with an option to buy. So when you resell them with a lease with an option to buy, you're looking to get about 7 to 10% down of the purchase price. We do not go below 7. Do not do it. If you do, you will learn. It'll be just like you're renting the property out. They're not going to take care of it. Usually when a person puts 7 to 10% down, they're going to take care of the property like it's theirs. They're going to paint the house. They're going to do the tile. They're going to do everything to it and make it nice and hopefully buy it. About 10 to 15% of people actually buy it. But if they don't buy it, it's still cool because they're paying down your mortgage. They're paying that mortgage down. It's just dropping. So if you decide to sell in the future, hey, you got a really big check on the back end. All right. Another thing with subject to creative financing, it's the same. You got monthly cash flow. So you're getting paid every single month from the cash flow. So it's just like the mortgage is $1,000, right? You're leasing it out for $1,500. You get the difference, $500 a month. You want to put some of that up just in case you have a vacant property. So all of that money is not yours. You want to put it up. Put it up to the side, okay? Put a little bit up. Don't take it all and spend it. Because if you get a vacant house, you'll be like, oh, Lord, have mercy. What I'm going to do, oh, Lord. So keep that in mind. Let's see. 30-day monthly cash flow. Like I just said, you get paid on the back end. So every time the tenant buyers making payments, they're paying their mortgage down. If they buy it, good. You get a nice check. The difference between the mortgage balance and what it's worth, whatever it's appraised for. So if the house is appraised for $200,000, you took over a loan that was $150,000, you got a big spread. Some of these houses you can take them over subject to and immediately resell them. Put a little paint on the properties or go on that spot paint, make it nice and immediately resell them. So that's another check. Or you could just stay in and get paid three ways. I like to stay in the majority of my subject to deals because of the cash flow. And they're constantly paying down the mortgage. And then when you want to sell one, sometimes you may come to that point where you need to sell one. Cool. You got some assets to sell. So that's another pro to subject to. And you're building equity. Now let's get to the cons. Then I'm gonna come back and repeat them. And y'all let me know what you think. What's up, Brandon? Loopy. My guys right there. What question I want to ask them? Brandon, Loopy. What do you like the best? Wholesaling or subject to? Or do you like both or do you need both? All right, here's the cons. The cons to subject to. This is what they don't talk to you about, guys, ladies and gentlemen. You got a due on sale clause, which means the lender can call the loan due on the property. Now, I've been in real estate now 20 years. I never saw that happen. But they say knock on wood. I never saw that happen. As long as you're making the payments, you're cool. As long as you're making the payments, you're cool. I never saw that happen. I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but if it does happen, man, you can get an attorney and file a lawsuit against the bank and stop it. There's several different things you can do. Download, I'm so excited. Download our ebook. We got the Creative Financing ebook fresh off this shelf, baby. Download it for free below. Get it. I'm breaking down everything about creative financing. Look for the Creative Financing ebook. It's going to blow your mind. Everything you got, all the questions. It's about 25 pages. So it's awesome, man. Let me know what you think too. Back to the cons. You gotta maintain the property sometimes. You know, you got like I said before, you got tenant buyers. You know, everything's going well. You're getting checks. It happened to me before. You're getting checks. I had a guy from Florida. He had some kind of company where he went back and forth to get fish, right? And it's kind of funny because he had like a stripper girlfriend. I'm sorry, nothing against strippers, but he had a stripper girlfriend that played him out a lot of money. He was paying good, so he ended up having to move out the house. He didn't even tell me. He left in the middle of the night. I'm expecting the payment. Said, "Hey man, let me tell you, man." He told him about everything that happened. The girl ran off with his money. So he ended up going back to Florida or something like that. They got into a big fight. So I had to make payments for 2 months till I got somebody in that property. So that's a con to buy a house is subject to. You may have to make a couple of payments if it comes up vacant. Also, I had a tenant, guys, last year tried me so bad. Now, I never got tricked like this before. That's why, God, dog, boy. Hey, that's why I'm your coach now, man, because I done been through some wars, baby. I'm laughing now. I wasn't laughing though. About a year or two ago, but I had a tenant move in with a credit card, paid first month rent, security deposit, raised hell about getting the pool fixed. We got the pool fixed. Oh my God! Within 30 days, she filed fraud on the card, which made the bank take the money back out of my account, and then she stayed in the house for free because we were so backed up. in Gwinnett County. We was in Gwinnett County. It was so bad up due to COVID. It took a year to get her out of the house. So imagine making payments for a year on a vacant house. So those are the cons, not to scare you off. Now we can get them out quickly within 30 days. But those are the cons. So you need to know your eviction laws also. But I got to keep it 1,000 with you. I got to keep it 1,000. So those are the cons. So I'm gonna break it down. Let me see. Make sure that's everything. You got to put insurance on it. Make sure you put insurance on it. Put insurance on your subject to property. Yep, that's it. So, but other than that, guys, they are wealth builders. They are wealth builders. You keep them a long time. I can't mention how many, but have almost 80% paid off that I bought 15 years ago, 16, 17 years ago, and I was able to liquidate some of those. And man, when I say they worth holding on to, God, just imagine you had a $300,000 house. The seller had about 20 years on it on a mortgage when you took it over. You held on to it for 10 years. It's halfway. It's 10 years, man. You making principal. You damn near tearing up that principal then. So you paying it off. Man, imagine cashing out on about 10 of those. About 10 of those. They worth 300,000. You owe 100 of them. So 10 of them times 200,000. So real estate, man, you got to play. It's the long game too. You want to learn this entire business. You got so many exit strategies. It's so many. Oh, I forgot about that. Now this is a main one. Thank you, brother Loopy. HOA. Woo! Now that's the freaking HOAs. Boy, let me see. I got some war wounds from the HOAs. I'm telling you, man, them freaking HOAs. Oh my God. You got to deal with that with some of these subject twos. And you can be at a closing table. Just say you haven't paid them. You say, "Oh man, I don't care about the HOA. I'm not paying them nothing for 2 or 3 years. I'm not stunned them." You get to the closing table. Guess what? After they pull that title or check with the HOA to see how much you owe, after they hit you with all those fees, extra fees that they just pull out their ass, you can be like, "Oh my God." And guess what? They can put a lien on your property and they can come after you. So that's why when you buy these properties subject to, do not own them in your name. You better put them in a trust or LLC. Never own any properties in your name. Do not own any properties in your name, guys, or LLC. Because you got 5 houses in that LLC, and if a lawsuit hit, it's going to attach to all 5 properties. So get this crap out of your name. We got land trust documents on our website. Look down below, MrTransactionEngineer.com. Get your land trust documents. You protect your assets, and we got videos that explains everything pertaining to your land trust. Protect your butt. All right, so I'm going to hit the pros and the cons real quick on subject to. Man, this is it, boy. They don't tell you about this. Give me a thumbs up if you're feeling me. They do not tell you about this stuff with subject to. For those of you just joining me, you can rewind it. I went over the pros and the cons of wholesaling houses. I went over the pros and the cons of subject to. And now I'm going to hit the pros and the cons of subject to up top real quickly, and then it's over with, baby. Download your creative financing ebook fresh off the press. We just got it ready, man. I'm excited. There's some valuable information in there that's going to bless you. If you ever got any questions about creative financing, this book will answer it. And it's more than just subject to when it comes to creative financing. You have owner financing. You have options. So there's several different methods. We'll look below. We explain all this stuff to you in the ebook. And back to the money. Subject to pros. You can get a quick check within 30 days from your tenant buyer, or you can turn around and resell it. You got monthly residual income every single month, and you got equity in the house. Hopefully, if you buy the property right, you got a little equity in it. So what is equity? It's your after repair value, which could be 200,000, and your the seller mortgage balance, which could be 150,000. So technically speaking, you got about 50,000 in equity, give or take, because when you sell, you may have some closing costs, but you get the drift. Okay, the cons to subject to. You got the due on sale clause. You got to deal with emotional sellers. Depending on what type of list you're doing, you're dealing with pre-foreclosures or probates. You're dealing with emotional sellers there. Divorce situation, emotional sellers also. You got maintenance. You got maintenance and repairs in between, that you may have. We put our tenant buyers in on a lease with an option to buy, and they're responsible for all the repairs. Under $1,000, we will replace like the AC major stuff, but all the little stuff you can handle it. What else? HOA is a con. You deal with HOA. Some of these HOAs are a pain in the and the last one, you may have a tenant buyer that moves out in the middle of the night, and you got to make payments for the next month or 2 or 3 or 4. All right, guys. God bless y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Look down below. We got some freebies. Like, subscribe to the channel. Forward this to your friends. God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay prayed up and stay believing in yourself, because only you can do it. Don't be an actor in your own movie. Don't be an actor in your own movie. God gave us this life. This is not your mama life. This is not your dad life. This is not your kid life. This is your life. You came here by yourself. You're going to leave here by yourself. Follow your dreams while you can, while you're able, while you're strong, while you're in good health. Follow your dreams now. Stop putting it off. The clock is ticking. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I felt from God to say it. And last but not least, it's never too late to be great. God bless y'all. Peace and love.